Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Miami Marlins. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a 3-game set. They've split the first two, and regardless of how important a series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about to get started. And towing the slab here, Dontrell Willis. Chris, he's looking for a bounce back this season.
Yeah, really struggled last year, and it was one of those seasons that you just want to flush. But I think you have to remember and take the opportunity when you do struggle to really look yourself in the mirror, identify what went wrong, and make improvements. And I have no doubt that that's what this guy did in the offseason to prepare himself to come back and to be one of the best bounce-back players in the league. We'll see today. He'll have a real opportunity to prove a lot of people wrong.
And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Three-1 is on the way. And now it's filled up. No score, just getting started, top of the first. Downstairs, and it misses, ball 4.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Nate Walker, the next to hit.
Nate Walker.
That one in for a strike, 2-2. Kicks and fires. Ripped into right field, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Cruz.
Up next for the Rangers, Nelson Cruz. Having a good series so far at the plate with 5 runs batted in on 4 hits. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Sheffield makes the grab. 2 away now.
That is fifth. The catcher, Ivan.
And now Pudge Rodriguez. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Two on, 2 outs.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Next one misses, and the count is 3-1.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
3-2 now. Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He'll touch them all. His first homer of the year. It's 3-0.
A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
This is Charlie Culberson to hit. The pitch. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
It's been a little bit of a shaky inning, but he's still in a good spot to get out of this thing without giving up any more runs. He's just got to turn the page and go after this next guy.
Here's Nick Solak. Next pitch is popped up. Stallings moving under it, and that's the third out. But the big blow of the inning comes right here. A 3-run homer. It's now 3-0. We go to the bottom of the first, and today's starter, Martin Perez.
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4, but this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
Bottom of the first, and here is Juan Pierre. Chris, his skill set straight out of the mid-80s. Good contact, not much power, and he could run. He always uses the wheels to his advantage.
His biggest challenge in this day and age is to not get caught up in trying to hit home runs because so many people are.
The wind and the pitch. Popped up on the left side of the infield. Walker makes the grab. 1 away. And time now for the Marlins lineup. Already they find themselves down 3 runs in this game, so there's work to be done.
Yeah, you want to see them come out with a little urgency here. You don't have to score all 3 runs, but put something up on the board. That'll make you feel a little bit better about your opportunities. But if you're looking at that 3-run lead and saying we've got to get it right now, you can put yourself up against a wall and not have really good at bats. So just trust the process. Trust that your pitcher can hold them right there. These guys could find themselves back in this ball game.
One down, base is empty. That one hit to right. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Batting third, the shortstop, David Lee.
David Lee, the next up for the Marlins. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon the way he...
Oh, gets dirty. Fires to first, and that's a great play for the out.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Back here at Lone Depot Park. Second inning set to go. And here's Corey Seager to hit. Next offering finds the zone, and the count is full.
Count is full.
Left-hand batter waits. And down on strikes he goes. And 1 away. Adolis Garcia stepping in for the Rangers.
Adolis.
The 1-1.
Garcia.
Nope, ball. 2-1's the count.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Chop to third. Wendell picks it up, gets it to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
The batter, number 10, designated hitter, Michael Young.
So the Rangers batting order turns over. Now here's the Rangers DH, Michael Young. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So 2 down. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. A walk and a run scored his first time. And he deals.
Well, a good breaking ball like that can buckle the hitter, and by the time you realize it's going to be in the strike zone, it's too late to pull the trigger.
And a pitch. That misses. Now 2-2.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
The pitch. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. The pitch. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Over to Cooper. Out number 3. One left for Texas, but they lead it 3-0. Back here in Miami, bottom of the second. And now the right fielder, Gary Sheffield. Here comes a pitch. Lifted in the air, right field. And there's one down.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Garrett.
And now it's Garrett Cooper up to hit. Lined into left center, base hit.
Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Runner on at first with one gone. And at the plate for Miami, Jorge Soler. Swing and a miss. Cooper, the base runner at first with one out. Next offering upstairs. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
Next pitch is popped up. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Man at first, Jazz Chisholm now. There's a 1-1. And there's a ball.
Out.
2 outs. That one fouled off. Two now. Stays alive. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that'll do it. Marlins leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. And welcome back. Here's a speed threat, Nate Walker.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. This third inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Pierre, ranging to his right, makes the grab after a long run. And there's one away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Nelson Cruz. 0 for 1 with a flyout. The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The wind of the pitch. The punch out there. 2 away.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Here's a 1-2. Stays alive. And that one fouled off. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Two down, nobody on. And now the count is even.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
2-2 now. And a foul ball. Grinding AB right here. About to see pitch number 10. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. And the Rangers set down in order. But they lead at 3-0. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Joey Wendell. The Marlins in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Next offering down in the dirt. And the pitch. Foul ball there. And a pitch. And that one wrapped foul. The wind to kick the pitch. Stays alive.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
And here it comes. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. The pitch. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. One gone, bottom of the third inning. Jacob Stallings now locked in right now. He's 5 for 7 in the series. Out front, rip foul. The 1-2 stays alive. Next offering is fouled back. The pitch. And now it's even up. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Next offering misses, and that's ball 3. Kicks and fires. Fouled off down the right side. And a payoff pitch. And there's ball 4.
Oh, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at-bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a full scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. In the air out to center, and base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Can't get there, base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away. And the batter will be the shortstop, David Lee. And a 2-1 on the way. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. Ah! A shot to the opposite field. Third home run of the season. It's 4-3. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance, and they found a way to fight back big time. One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that can be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He seized the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
In the air, left field. Solak puts the squeeze on that one, and there are 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
On the ground to third. To first, ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. Marlins add 4 on the grand slam. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Welcome back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Charlie Culberson. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Next to hit, Nick Solak. Next offering is fouled back.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, try to stay out of a double play here.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Dives, but it's foul. And that's ball 4.
Gosh, another walk in this one. Man, he is having some real issues with control.
So now it's Corey Seager.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And now the lefty. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
So the tying run at second. This one in the air right field. Chisholm makes the play. Runner tagging for third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Now back, the center fielder, Adolis.
So next to hit for Texas, Adolis Garcia. Grounded out his first time up. The pitch.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam. I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
The 3-1. And they're all loaded up.
4. Take your base.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
And next is the designated hitter, Michael Young.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
Line drive. Snags it for the second out. Takes it to the bag himself, but he's back in time.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
Nathaniel Lowe digs in now. He's 0 for 1. Left-hand batter waits. Line, and that's a base hit. One runs in. Another comes in to score, and it's now 5-4. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Rangers 5 and the Marlins 4. Back here at Lone Depot Park. Bottom 4, Jorge Soler up at the plate.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
The 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Two now. And downstairs. And a pitch. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed. Gets the out.
Number 2, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
Jazz Chisholm, the next up for the Marlins. And he deals. stays alive. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Rodriguez up with it to first. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Now batting, the third baseman, Joey Wendell.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Miami, Joey Wendell. And that one popped to short. And it falls. And that keeps the inning going.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. Kind of got it off the end of the bat, but he gets that knock because he was willing to go with the pitch on the outside part of the plate.
2 outs, runner at first. And now for the Marlins, Jacob Stallings. He reached on a walk his first time. Next offering is down low. Wendell off of first with 2 away. Fouls 1 away, and now 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
To first, and they've got him picked off. That is the inning. We go to the top of the 5th, and here is Nate Walker. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Over to Cooper, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Now batting, the right fielder, Nelson Cruz.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Nelson Cruz. That one misses in the dirt. Bullpen activity starting up now. Zach Pop, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Scott, the left-hander, also throwing. Kicks and deals. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
3-1.
The wind and the pitch. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
You get a walk, and you get a walk. Everyone gets a walk, Boo.
Pudge Rodriguez stepping in for the Rangers. A guy who makes an impact not just at the plate, but also in the field. The next pitch misses. It's 2-2.
Sometimes you got to fight to get back into an at-bat. Take some tough pitches, even out the count.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Here's the 2-2. On the ground, could be 2. It's in and out of his glove. Throw to first, gets him. Good job to stay with it there for the second out.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get 2. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least 1.
So 2 down now, and here is Charlie Culberson. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And a count 1-2. And a pitch. That misses. The count now 2-2. Runner leads away at second. That one missed.
Got a full count.
At the belt and fires. Ripped on the ground to second. Over to first. And that is that. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Rangers 5 and the Marlins 4. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Jacob Stallings. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot.
It's so impressive because these guys have to do so much study and preparation for their pitchers, for opposing hitters, and really their number one job is to guide that staff through a ball game. And so when you also can turn it up offensively and be a force there, that is a win-win, every manager's dream.
Action in the pen down there. Number 51 getting ready to go. Number 46 getting loose as well. The pitch. Ripped to third and caught.
Now batting the center fielder,
Juan Pierre, the next up for the Marlins. Feels like it's less common today that you see a guy like this. The speed component, the contact component, but lack of power. Up the middle. Walker picks it up, fires to first on the run. Safe.
now back the designated hitter, Brian De La Cruz.
One down. Next is the designated hitter, Brian De La Cruz. Runner on the move. Fouls one off. 2-2. And the pitch. On the ground to short, could be two. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Now back the shortstop, David Lee.
So after the error, it's runners at first and second. Here's the shortstop at the plate, David Lee. Next offering is fouled back.
Yeah, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
Next pitch is downstairs. One out. Runners at first and second. Now this one is smoked down the left field line. On its way, if it's fair, out of here. That's gotta feel good. His fourth home run of the season. And that gives him a lead. It's 7-5. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And the Rangers manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Martin Perez is done, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. John King gets handed the rock out of the pen. He's making his fourth appearance of the season.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
So digging in, Gary Sheffield. The wind of the pitch. Oh, and now this one's crushed. This one's on its way and gone. His second of the year, and they add a run. It's 8-5. Chris, that ball came out hot. So let's see what StatCast has to say.
Yeah, it really did, Boog. 111 miles per hour off the bat, and a really nice launch angle as well. Just a beautiful swing from start to finish.
So 1 out, nobody on. And at the plate for Miami, Garrett Cooper. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here comes a pitch. Slow roller to third. And foul ball. The wind to kick the pitch. And that's outside.
No, that's out.
The wind to the pitch. Oh, that got him on the mound. The throw is still in time, and they get it out of the play.
Well, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
And up next for Miami, Jorge Soler. The 2-1. And that skips in the dirt. And he walked him.
Ball 4.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting.
So up next, Jazz Chisholm. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. Soler leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Lifted in the air, right center field. Garcia, as he glides to his left, makes the grab, and that will end the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now 8-5. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Zach Pop. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise. All set for the top of the 6th. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Nick Solak. And a ball and 2 strikes. This one high in the air to left center. Soler on the move to the alley. Makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting, the second baseman, Corey Seager.
Seager stands in now.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
A swing and a soft liner. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Up next for the Rangers, the center fielder, Adolis Garcia.
Here's the center fielder, Adolis Garcia. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. So now back to the top of the order. Throws to second, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Marlins 8 and the Rangers 5. And welcome back. Well, we go bottom 6. Now the third baseman, Joey Wendell. On the ground, right side, and that's a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock. And now for the Marlins, Jacob Stallings. On a line out towards center. Garcia pulls it down, and there's 1 down.
The center fielder, number 9, Juan Pierre.
Back to the top of the lineup, Juan Pierre now at the plate. Wendell at first, one gone. The 3-1 in for a strike, full count.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
Flares one into center. Makes the grab, 2 down.
Now that's the designated hitter, Brian De La Cruz.
Man at first, and now here's the Marlins DH, Brian De La Cruz, for the 4th time tonight. The pitch. And he takes a strike. The next offering misses. 2-2.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Now moves to first. Wendell dives back in. To the right side. They get the force, and that is the inning. We're through 6 full. It's the Marlins 8 and the Rangers 5. Tanner Scott gets the ball now. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Oh, he's having an excellent season so far. ERA is under 2. A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
Back here at the ballpark, new inning getting started, and now the DH, Michael Young. The count 2-1. This to third. Oh, nice play to first. Got him. Great play to keep the leadoff man off base.
Now batting, the first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
So digging in, Nathaniel Lowe. The pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And another ball.
No strikes.
Towards first, and he handles it himself for the out.
The batter, number 8, shortstop, Nate Walker.
Nate Walker getting ready to hit. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. Two outs. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Man at second here with 2 away. Now it's the right fielder, Nelson Cruz. Next offering is downstairs. And a pitch. Got him. That ends the frame. Rangers lead one. Still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Number 46 comes on now, and his job is to collect quick outs and keep his team within striking distance. And at the plate for Miami, David Lee. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
And now the lefty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that one a little bit high.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Kicks and fires. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. Turning, looking, and that one is gone. He sends it out of here. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 9-5.
He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
Here's a big power threat. Gary Sheffield. Next one misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Bounced up the middle. Base hit.
Back-to-back base hits. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Garrett Cooper, the next up for the Marlins. Runner on the go. Pitch is low. Throw. See! Much too late with the toss.
Pretty close play on that one. A perfect throw probably gets him. That throw was just a little wide to the third base side of the bag, so he had to reach a little bit to get it. Could have been just enough to make the difference there.
Runner at second, nobody out. Line drive to short and caught.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jorge Soler.
Jorge Soler, the next up for the Marlins. Next offering is down low. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Matt Bush up and throwing. Barlow getting cranked up as well. 1 out and a runner at second. Next offering misses. 3-1 now.
3-1.
Man at second. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Now here is Jazz Chisholm. Next offering is in for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. And fouled off. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Marlins add another with the solo shot. It's now 9-5. Now on the bump, Anthony Bass trying to protect this lead.
Number 52, Anthony Bass.
Here's the catcher to hit, Pudge Rodriguez. He's done some damage, launched a homer at his first at bat back in the first.
Yeah, that was a tone setter, no doubt. I mean, you can stomach an early solo homer, but a 3-run shot just doesn't go down quite as smooth.
Righty delivers. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Righty to the plate. Left field, Soler giving chase. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, Boog. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
So, man aboard, Charlie Culberson stepping in for the Rangers. Next offering is fouled back.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
No outs, runner on second. And the righty deals. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Now 1 away.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
At the plate, Nick Solak. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. And the right-hander deals. That one fouled off, 2-2. Rodriguez, the runner at second with 1 away. Two now. Here's a high chopper. Chisholm tosses to first, and that is out number 2.
The batter number 5, second baseman, Corey Seager.
Now it's Corey Seager.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
2 outs with a runner at third. The pitch stays alive.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That one's back and gone. Corey Seager goes deep. His first homer of the year, and they inch closer. It's 9-7. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. Man, he just barely got that one out of here, and you've got to love the effort in left to try and bring it back. He had a good shot at it, just couldn't quite pull it off. It would have been a stunner if he did.
Richard Blyer into the game. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty. Adolis Garcia will hit next. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Third out. Texas plates 2 on the homer. It's now a 9-7 ball game. Brett Martin gets the call from the pen. This is his 5th appearance of the year. On to the bottom of the 8th, and now it's going to be Joey Wendell.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Swing and a line drive caught.
Now batting, catcher, Jacob.
And here's the catcher, Jacob Stallings. Kicks and deals. And that's downstairs and outside.
2-1's the count.
The 2-1. On the ground. And that's just foul. And a 2-2.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
And that one ripped into right. Cruz settles under it and makes the catch. Out number 2. Back to the top of the Miami order. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Juan Pierre. And here it comes. And he lays down a bunt. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. He doesn't have a throw, and the defense comes away with nothing.
It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down a bunt. I mean, this is just the latest example of him using his speed to his advantage and showing off his skills with the bat. That was very nice.
Check on the runner, and he's back in safely. Pierre, the runner at first with 2 gone. Digging in, Brian De La Cruz. And that one almost got him. at the belt and fires. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Throw. Save. Punch too late with the toss.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out.
And he deals. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. And the pitch. In the air, right side. And that's a fair ball. Pierre coming home. He will score. And they lead by 3. Not in time. He's got a double.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now David Lee. He's a guy who does it all. Runner at second, 2 down. The next pitch misses, and the count's even at 2. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That one's on its way. Out of here! It's his 6th home run of the season, and they add to their lead. It's 12-7.
Wow, this is awesome. I mean, a 4-homer game. They're just so rare. They're so special and just so tough to pull off as well. Everything has to line up for you, but of course, you got to make it happen too. And these are the types of performances that people just don't forget, and it's definitely going to live on in history.
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Joe Barlow. And we'll see how he performs in this situation with his team down big. Gary Sheffield, the next up for the Marlins. Here's a 1-2. Way inside, gets out of the way. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball. Next pitch misses way outside. Right-hander kicks, deals, and a foul ball. He stays alive. And a pitch. Popped up, low, under it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Rangers. We go to the 9th. Now, Michael Young. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that's down and away. Out to short. Over to Cooper, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Up next for the Rangers, the first baseman,
Nathaniel Lowe stepping in for the Rangers. Next one misses. 2-1. Just missed. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Here comes a pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Lee collects it. Gathers and throws to first. And now one out remaining for Texas.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Stepping in, the slugging shortstop, Nate Walker. And a pitch. Good eye right there.
3 balls, 1 strike.
(3-1), and he couldn't come up with it.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Nelson Cruz. A strikeout and a walk. Two outs. That's down and in. Walker off of first with 2 away. Hard hit left side. And that is the ball game.
I'd say these guys really needed to win this game today. It pushed them over the top to win the series, which is great. But when you go on the road, going into some hostile territory, you want to have a lot of confidence, and you want to be feeling really good about how you're playing, as well as to your left and your right, your teammates, that they're on track as well.
12-7 your final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 59 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.